If you come in the mornings and you see the children, whilst they're waiting to see their genetic counselor or for other procedures, there's something we call TCD, big names, the children are tense. Their mothers usually bring them agitated. But once Kunle walks in with his art materials and spreads everything out on the table for them and says, do something, try your hands out on it. Most of them have never done anything like that. One child drew something, his family on one side of his canvas, and himself at the far end of the canvas. He was all black and ugly, that's where he put it. And his family was bright and happy, and he said his family didn't like him. So he's stigmatized. This is the way they treat him. He's not treated well. He's not liked. But he wasn't able to put this in words. It was when the counselor saw this artwork, he said, I have to get the whole family together and counsel them.
Residing in a tough inner-city neighborhood of Lagos, Kunle so often settles into a familiar comfort at home: art. We pay him a visit to know more.
Hey.
Good evening, Kunle.
Good evening, Ajuri.
How are you?
I'm very well, and you too?
I'm doing very well, thank you.
You're welcome to my home.
It's become very clear in watching you conduct your various methods of contribution that art is a focal point. It's central to you. Can you talk a little bit about where that came from?
My father. My dad is someone that lost children. My dad happened to be a farmer, and some of the produce from his farm he shared with his community. He shared with a neighbor, and before you know it, anytime my daddy walked past, hey, they call him, and he usually buy gifts and give to children in the environment. So my dad was very, very popular. Very, very popular. Even from distance, you see children rushing towards him, trying to like, oh, Baba Loko, they call him, that's the name they call him. And I think that's something remarkable I picked from my dad. Love for children, that warmth, that reception, that affection, wanting life to be better for somebody else. I picked that from my dad. So people tend to gravitate towards me and, okay, how are you doing? And all that. And for someone who is depressed and somebody who's just moody, losing up and is happy. Hey, okay, let's talk about you. And that's it. That's something about my dad.
Growing up in Lagos State's infamous Mushin slums, Kunle found beauty and solace in a dangerous and impoverished slum.
Let's say maybe around 8, 10, thereabouts. I think around that period of time that I could pick things in the environment and I could bring them together and create something lovely. And I think that in the long run also reflects in my struggle as a young man. Pablo Picasso said that art washes away the dust of everyday life. What that translates into is that there's enough materials around you to create anything you want to do. So for me as a young child that grew up in an environment like the slum, there are a lot of tailor shops around us. And as a child, see us running around the street and all that, playing around. So while playing around, I was able to find those objects. And while I found those objects, I was able to bring them together and use papers, use glue, draw with pencil, cut them with scissors, and start creating them bit by bit by bit by bit until they become a very beautiful picture. And I think that resonates with my life's mission, my life purpose, that I'm born to reach out, picking one life at a time and bringing meaning to their lives.
It's an inspiring story. It's, I have to tell you, it's, this one is not for camera, it's an inspiring story. I'm telling you, one can just listen to this story and want to weep for joy. It's a beautiful story.
Now, son, what is this? What is this?
After spending many years as a primary school teacher, the U.S. government's Young African Leaders Initiative, YALI, selected Kunle for a 6-week course in America, a moment that would change his life.
When I was about traveling for YALI program, I actually resigned. I was working as a full-time teacher in the school. I was a primary school teacher. So I told myself, okay, after I return from YALI, my life must not be the same again. I can't go for YALI program and come back and remain on the same spot. And I want to tell you, ever since I resigned, now I'm on my own as a young social entrepreneur. I'm doing better, I'm living better. I have time for my community, I have time for my family, I have time to do whatever I need to do, because I realize that YALI has given me so much and I have so much to give back.